So, you know how we usually like things to be predictable? Like step A leads nicely to step B?
Right, nice and tidy?
Yeah, exactly. But when you are standing in the wreckage of really profound trauma, well, the kind detailed in the notes curated for today's deep dive, those clean rules just sort of fall apart entirely.
They really do. And we are looking at a deeply agonizing situation today.
We really are. So we have a victim whose family has been basically ruined by abusers she views as like the seed of the serpent, basically pure evil.
Wow.
Yeah. And because she harbors this intense and honestly justified hatred toward them, she's terrified she's lost her faith entirely.
I mean, she's literally wondering if she still belongs to God. Like, she's agonizing over whether she should be able to hear his voice, as one of his sheep.
Right. She's basically asking, have I lost my way completely?
It is the absolute definition of spiritual muddy waters. And we really need to, validate that raw, honest pain you're reading about. Because when someone destroys your life and shows zero remorse, well, being told you simply need to forgive can feel like um, emotional violence.
Right. But wait, hold on, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people listening are probably thinking, if someone is actively destroying your family and refusing to take accountability, forgiving them just sounds like letting the bad guy win.
Yeah, that's exactly the trap people fall into.
Because aren't you simply ignoring the crime and, I don't know, rolling out the red carpet for them to keep doing it?
Well, that is the exact assumption from the sources that we need to completely dismantle. Forgiveness never means ignoring sin.
It doesn't.
No, not at all. The theology we're looking at actually commands you to warn and rebuke the person who harms you. You are supposed to call out the evil.
Oh, okay. So you don't just stay quiet.
Right. Think of forgiveness instead as a transfer of jurisdiction. You are not abandoning justice. You are basically taking the gavel of vengeance out of your own hand and placing it on a higher judge's desk.
Okay, so if taking that gavel out of your own hand isn't about letting the abuser off the hook, why do it at all?
Because of what holding onto that gavel does to you internally. I mean, the real danger here isn't just what the abuser did to you in the past.
Right.
It's that your soul might become completely consumed by their evil in the present. This is essentially spiritual warfare.
Oh, wow. So it's about not letting the poison spread. It's kind of like locking yourself in a room with toxic gas, right?
That is a perfect analogy, actually.
Like you think you're building a weapon to use against your abuser, but you're really just suffocating yourself.
Exactly. You are the only one breathing in that poison. And the sources note that Satan deliberately twists the idea of forgiveness to look like this self-destructive or weak act.
Which is just so manipulative.
It really is, because the goal of that deception is to make the victim feel like a God doesn't care about their pain. That ultimately leaves them feeling condemned and abandoned.
And just drowning in the very same toxic evil that harmed them in the first place.
You hit the nail on the head.
But wait, that makes sense internally, sure.
Yeah.
How does this play out externally, though? Like, if you spiritually surrender that vengeance, aren't you essentially dropping your shield?
Not at all.
Because I'm thinking, how do you actually balance this internal release with real physical safety?
Well, you do that by understanding a massive vital distinction. Forgiveness is not reconciliation.
Oh, right. Those are two totally different things.
Absolutely. It absolutely does not mean defenselessness. You do not have to trust them again or let them back into your life.
So letting go of that internal obsession with revenge just frees up your energy to focus entirely on external physical boundaries.
Precisely. Real-world protection is explicitly mandated here.
So by taking the gavel of vengeance out of your own hand, you aren't dropping your shield at all.
Yeah.
You can spiritually surrender them to a higher judge while simultaneously, I don't know, filing a restraining order so they can't physically hurt you anymore.
Yes, exactly. Victims are strongly urged to distance themselves and seek legal action. They need to use emergency resources, whether that means dialing the 112 police emergency line or, the 1366 domestic violence crisis line in Korea. Prioritizing your physical safety is paramount.
That is such a crucial point. And, if you are sitting there listening to this deep dive right now, and maybe you're feeling guilty because you just can't bring yourself to easily forgive, please know that struggling to forgive isn't a sign of spiritual failure.
It definitely isn't. It is the honest cry of your wounded soul just trying to survive an impossible situation.
Exactly.
The struggle itself proves you haven't given up on justice or your faith for that matter.
Which leaves you with a really profound question to explore on your own. If transferring the right of vengeance to a higher power finally frees you from the poison of internal bitterness, How might that internal shift change the way you fight for justice in the real world tomorrow?